Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Dr. Christian Volk, and on behalf of the author group, I'm happy to present our study on the long-term real-world effectiveness of allergen immunotherapy in children and adolescents with allergic rhinitis and asthma. So this is the pediatric analysis from the REACT real-world study, where we included more than 22,000 children aged 0 to 17 with allergic rhinitis with or without pre-existing asthma. Data comes from a validated health insurance database and are based on physician-entered ICD-10 codes and medication prescriptions. This study used propensity score matching of the cohorts to achieve a balanced comparison between AIT-treated and non-AIT-treated individuals, accounting for a comprehensive set of clinical, socio-demographic, and economic variables. In this study, two cohorts were analyzed. The main allergic rhinitis cohort, including patients with and without pre-existing asthma, and second, children with only pre-existing asthma. Thus, we ensure that the findings reflect clinically verified real-world patient care. And with that design in place, let's look at how AIT influenced allergic rhinitis outcomes first. As you can see, AIT led to clear and sustained reductions in allergic rhinitis medication use compared to controls. The effect persisted over the full 9-year follow-up period, demonstrating long-term benefit. Furthermore, age stratification revealed that the strongest effect margins were seen in the younger children, highlighting the value of early intervention and a potential critical window of opportunity. And these data are of course disclosed in the online available manuscript. We next examined whether these benefits extended into the lower airways, that is, the asthma outcomes. As you can see, similar long-term results were obtained for the asthma-related outcomes, but with even greater effect margins to the controls. AIT was associated with sustained reductions across all major asthma drug classes, that is, SABA, ICS, and ICS-LABA. But again, you would have to find these data in the manuscript. Importantly, there was also a marked decrease in exacerbations and new prescriptions of oral corticosteroids, indicating improved long-term asthma control. These consistent long-term effects support the disease-modifying effects of allergen immunotherapy. This slide illustrates the concept of a window of opportunity for disease modification through early AIT. This red line shows the natural trajectory without AIT, progressively worsening of allergic disease from childhood to adulthood. The blue curve represents the disease-modifying effects of AIT, where good benefits are seen and the curve is bent. The teal line may be what we can expect when AIT is initiated early. The curve flattens and potentially even bends downward, indicating potential alterations in the disease trajectory. This concept aligns with the REACT pediatric data, where earlier treatment was associated with stronger and more sustained reductions in allergic rhinitis and asthma outcomes. Collectively, these findings support early AIT as a plausible disease-modifying intervention that can influence long-term allergic disease progression. Next, I'll conclude by summarizing the overall impact and implication of our findings. In summary, AIT in children resulted in durable reductions in allergic rhinitis and asthma medication outcomes, sustained over nearly a decade. The data strongly support improved long-term asthma control and fewer exacerbations. Overall, these findings reinforce AIT as a disease-modifying intervention when commenced in children. We hope that these findings encourage a continued focus on early evidence-based AIT in pediatric allergy care. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you for your attention. Take care. Bye.